Welcome to Athletes Unlimited Softball on ESPN, presented by our official climate finance partner, Aspiration. The final game of week number 4, plenty of movement on that leaderboard, but it is 1 versus 2. Team Alexander, led by Odyssey Alexander, taking on Team Nichols, led by Bubba Nichols. And Bubba chased down Odyssey. Pretty sizable lead there for Odyssey Alexander, but we just saw a monster performance from Rachel Garcia, jumping from 18 to number 5 on the leaderboard, plus 13 today alone. She didn't even play yesterday. Hannah Flippen, Alyssa Denham both started the day up 8 places. They've fallen down a little bit since then, but we will see them here in game number 2. Alongside Amanda Scarborough, the 2-time All-American, I'm Chucky Kempf. Odyssey Alexander, the name of the game. She has been good in the circle, but she has just won.
Yeah, it just seems like whether she's a captain or just on somebody else's team, her teams are tending to win. And of course, her leadership skills and the way that she creates a certain vibe on her own team is what has led to some more victories for her this weekend. She has been pitching well this season, pitching with good velocity, 69, 70 miles an hour, and has had quite a few shutdown innings. It seems like when runners get on base, she gets stronger. Will not be pitching today, but we'll see if we see her maybe later in the game as Alyssa Denham is going to get the start. See, she's been living on the edges. These are her strikeouts from this week, both in and out, working both sides of the plate well.
There it is, 10-game win streak, 10-1 on the season, 62 innings won. That alone, without the game wins, that is 620 win points right there. Just ridiculous stuff from Odyssey Alexander. Was banged up a little bit yesterday, but we saw her warming up in the bullpen, so we think all is good. And could she become the 4th ever Athletes Unlimited Championship season champion? Morgan Zirkle will lead things off for Bubba Nichols' lineup. Bubba in the 3-hole behind Kelsey Harshman, who has been outstanding this year. Erica Piancastelli-Warren provides some power. Aubrey Leach, one of those bats who was just electric at AUX, still trying to get hot though here in this championship season. There is Alyssa Denham, 4-1 on the season, a 1.84 ERA, and just 2 home runs allowed, which is one of the big numbers that have changed for pitchers here in this championship season. I think if you're Odyssey Alexander, you feel pretty good sending Alyssa Denham to the circle, but first swing from Zirkle deep to right center, gets hung up and caught by Aaliyah Andrews. That was almost an interesting first pitch.
Well, and if the wind were not blowing in, that would most assuredly be a home run. I'm not going to say I was going to go over the scoreboard or anything, but I think this one would have gotten out of here, a pitch more up in the zone. Even Alyssa Denham looks down like, uh-oh, I don't even want to watch. Instead, it is just an F8 up there.
Basically straight in, at times more of kind of a crosswind, but still always coming in toward that first base dugout. First pitch in there to Kelsey Harshman for strike 1. Harshman at second base today, hitting .333 on the season out of Wisconsin. Denham misses outside.
Alyssa Denham and the pitching staff for Team Alexander not given up much at all. In fact, threw a shutout on Friday night and then just gave up 3 runs on Saturday. And in 2 games, they've only given up 11 hits. So the defense has been really good. The pitching has been really good for Team Alexander. And Alyssa Denham, of course, a big part of that. Opponent's just hitting 143 off of her this weekend.
5 players returned this week from Odyssey Alexander's Week 3 team. Denham, one of them. Her catcher, Gwen Svekas, another. Then Hannah Flippen at short, Aaliyah Andrews in center, and Danielle Gibson out in left field. That's a really good core to be able to return to your team for back-to-back weeks. Harshman fouls it back. And I think if you're Odyssey Alexander, you're thinking, hey, you give me those 5 again, I feel really good about cruising the rest of the way.
A good core group that can help bring in that vibe and culture and just feel of a team that carries over from one week to the next.
Good at bat here from Harshman after the first pitch swinging by Zirkle. 6 pitches Kelsey Harshman has seen so far.
We're going to see Alyssa Denham mainly work down in the zone and change speeds like crazy, but she'll roll a lot of ground ball outs to her infield. They have to be ready. We've seen Delaney Wiz over at third base get a lot of action.
Delaney Wiz has been tremendous this week. 9 assists, 3 putouts, no errors for her. Conversation between Gwen Svekis and Alyssa Denham here early in this game. Anna Flippen going to join in as well. Not sure what's going on here. Denham kind of looking around a little bit.
To me, it looked like, this is just not speaking for her, but speaking for myself, it looked like what I would look like if I was trying to catch my breath. You can see Gwen Svekis, who knows her really well, go out, give her a quick little breather. Again, it is so hot today. The feels like temperature out on the turf is triple digits.
This is outside 3-2. I think it bothers the younger fans quite as much.
I don't even notice it. I just want to be in the pool.
That's in there. Harshman can't believe it. Strikeout number 1 for Denham, looking.
It's actually a drop ball that stays a little bit more up in the zone, but that rotation, it's like it's over the top. Maybe even has a little bit of curve to it. Gets the top of the strike zone right there at the letters, and Harshman, as you said, just cannot believe it.
Bubba Nichols, the last chance. 9-game hit streak. That's a league best right now, trying to make it double digits. Fouls off the off-speed pitch at 54 miles per hour.
And on that hit streak, 10 RBI too. Been producing and been so clutch too. Think about the game-winning hits that she's had, 2 walk-offs this season. So clutch.
Denham bounces that one in. Very likely that Bubba Nichols will also be captaining her own team, although not a guarantee. There are some gold jerseys chasing her. Denham would be one of them. Flippen and Gibson ahead of Denham. Aaliyah Andrews not too far either, so depending on the winner of this game, we could have a lot of change in the top 4. Draft tomorrow for the final week of the season, week 5. There is the leaderboard as it stands. Alyssa Denham 8, right to Kelsey Stewart-Hunter, and a 1-2-3 inning for Alyssa Denham. Bottom half we go. Team Alexander, they have been rolling. They scored 4 in the first inning yesterday. See what the Bats can do today.
You want to be like the greats? First, believe you are. Greatness requires drip, not like that, like this. The greats aren't afraid to fail. They're fueled by it. Trophies require greatness, but greatness doesn't require trophies, because greatness isn't about what you've done, it's about what you do next.
Nothing doing, top of the first. Team Nichols, no hits, no runs, nothing doing. 1, 2, 3, they went down to Alyssa Denham. Team Alexander coming to the plate after a very impressive performance yesterday for their captain, Odyssey Alexander.
Yeah, 3 home runs for them in the game yesterday. Hannah Flippen, her first of the season, and then Delaney Wiz and Caroline Jacobson went back-to-back. A little bit lower in their order, too. The bottom half of their order is stepping up with the long ball.
7-8, Abby Ramirez had a base knock as well down there in the 9-hole. You love seeing that production top to bottom. Hannah Flippen, you see her numbers there in the 6-hole. The average hadn't been there, but Flippen may be starting to get going. She is one of the most dangerous players on the planet, too. She's been playing good ball this summer for Team USA. Aaliyah Andrews, she's playing some of the best ball of her career right now as well. Deja Mulipola's getting going. And they will face off with Kat Sandercock, who a little bit of a rough outing the other day, gave up 4 runs in the first inning, but just one of them was earned. Just defensive miscues for Team Nichols spelled trouble for them in a loss to Team Davidson. Sandercock 2-2 on the season, a 1.27 ERA, just 2 walks and just 1 home run allowed.
Yeah, you know she's going to throw a lot of strikes. It'll live on the edges, too. Good mix of her drop, rise, and also fastball. She'll change speeds a little bit.
Slap down the left field line, foul. Zirkle gave it a run. Well, it could be a really special day, too. Kat Sandercock throwing in front of her college coach, Lonnie Alameda, sitting in the players' suite looking on right now. Jessie Warren at third. She got to watch Josie Muffley in the first game, one of the other Florida State Seminoles in this field of players. There's Lonnie. How many times has she seen Kat Sandercock go out and do something exceptional on a field for her?
You can tell she's pretty locked in watching Kat pitch.
Is.
I mean, she really wanted to watch Josie play too, but there's that different pitching connection that Coach Alameda has with their pitching staff. Sandercock being a big part of that over the past several years.
And we'll get to talk to Coach Alameda later in a cheer chat. We think if we can pry her away, maybe when Kat's in the dugout. Rocking the Florida State colors on the glove, too, for Kat Sandercock. A great picture of them after Kat threw the perfect game against South Carolina to go to Super Regionals this year, embracing. Full count, back to Sandercock, and there's 1 away.
I think it's been interesting just to watch her develop and go from Florida State to being a pro. And I think the biggest thing that sticks out to me, despite other than, you know, facing some of the best hitters in the world and just better contact off of her, is her ability to change her routine with the pitch clock. She was a pitcher that would take 30+ seconds between every pitch to go to the very back of the circle. She has adjusted.
Long throw for Warren, not going to get Stuart Hunter. I think at the very last second, she might have been toying with letting that go foul, but infield single for Stuart Hunter. To your point on that, she looks really comfortable overall.
And likes having Jessie Warren right there in her back pocket. Tough decision for Jessie Warren. It kind of looked like it was get a rule foul, but when you have an arm like hers, I think you think that you can get anybody out at any time from any spot on the field.
Number 2, it was getting pretty close to her, almost to the point where it was moving too fast to let it just kind of trickle, because if it isn't foul, then you might end up chasing it. 1 out base runner, though, Deja Mulipola. Foul ball, strike 2.
But yeah, Kat Sandercock's adjustment with her routine, I mean, that longer routine was a big part of her game. So for her to come here as a pro and speed everything up, she worked on it before she started the season, and her bullpens, knowing that that would be something that she needed to adjust to, and a really good job of just rolling with it.
Slow roller, Warren going to get the sure out at first base. Runner into scoring position with 2 outs.
You're going to see a lot of contact like that. In fact, we have 2 drop ball pitchers in this game with Alyssa Denham and then Kat Sandercock. So the infield's really going to get work today. Going to need to make some plays.
Left side of this infield with Becker and Warren this week has been really good with the glove. Danielle Gibson. First pitch swinging very close. to the base on that right field line. .406 on the year, 5 doubles, leads the league, double-digit RBIs as well. Somebody whose draft stock has started to become solidified toward the top. Second pick by Odyssey Alexander behind Alyssa Denham this week. I don't think anything will change. Piper was waiting for that one right on the baseline that time. One out single, but clean first inning for Kat Sandercock in front of her college coach. In the stands today, Haley Wagner, the veteran out of Michigan. Some special guests down there with you in the stands. Haley, what's going on?
Hi, how are you guys?
We are great. Thanks for joining us today.
Absolutely. We've got a bunch of girls here. They got Topps cards, so this is really exciting for them.
We love the Topps cards. How cool is that to see yourself on a Topps card, by
It's
the way?
really cool, actually. I have one right next to me, right here. Like, how fun is that I get to be on a Topps card?
That is incredible. 9 years as a professional softball player. What is it that has kept it fresh for you? What is it about Athletes Unlimited that keeps you coming back?
I just love softball. I love competing, and I love being out on the field, and I love doing something that I'm good at and that I enjoy doing it. What keeps me going with Athletes Unlimited is this group of girls. They keep it so much fun, changing teams every single week. It's a new experience. It's a new team. We get to know each other well, and we just attack everybody every single day, and it's really fun.
Haley, what kinds of questions are you getting from the girls around you?
Girls around me, a lot of autographs and pictures, and we will do that after this inning, right? But just a lot of what position I am, where I'm from, and just asking really good, fun questions.
How difficult has it been with the heat today? What was it like out there on the field, and what does it feel closer to the field right now?
Yeah, compared to the field and sitting here, it's actually a lot cooler in the stands right now, just being on the turf. I was at first base, coaching first base, and in the dugout and warming up in the bullpen, and it was really, really hot. It's probably the hottest day of the summer so far.
Haley, even though you didn't pitch today, one thing I think I've noticed more with Athletes Unlimited, specifically early in the week when the teams get together, is just the conversations player to player. I love watching the pitchers throw bullpens and work through stuff. How much is that a part of this? I mean, pitchers working with each other to kind of pick out certain things and help each other improve in certain ways.
It's a huge part of it. Every week we're on a different team with the different pitchers, so I get to experience something this week with Meg Framo again, and Micah Sutherland and Mariah, and I haven't been on a team with Mariah or Micah yet this year, so it was really fun just to kind of watch their bullpens and pick their brains on how they attack and throw to certain hitters. And it's really fun to connect to with our catcher and being able to how each pitcher works with our catcher, Mia.
Haley, what do you feel like is a common question that maybe people come to you with, asking maybe how you do a certain thing? Because I feel like every pitcher kind of has their strengths or things that they're known for. Is there a certain question that always comes up for you?
For me, what's my best pitch? My go-to is my curveball, but I think I'm my best when I mix my changeup in a lot. I didn't throw it as much as I wanted to yesterday, and I know Jessie hit that home run off me with the changeup. And I also heard my brother text me and said that she saw my body slow down, so that's a cue for me to be able to work on that and continue to work on it. But I'm my best when I can mix my speeds.
9 years as a pro, still working, Haley. Thank you so much for being our star in the stands today. We're going to check in with you later, so don't go anywhere.
All right, sounds good.
Haley Wagner, absolute stud, tremendous career at Michigan, and what a great career she has had as a pro. And on this field even, used to be a Chicago Bandit. Had a relief appearance against Team USA before the Olympics, in which she got the win against Team USA, outdueled Monica Abbott out of the bullpen, as a matter of fact.
It's a marquee game.
One of her biggest ones. Yeah, it was incredible. And that, along with the complete game in Game 2 of the Women's College World Series for Michigan, I think those are what she told me once, top 2 for her in her mind. She's had the moments, though, and maybe still more to come for her. Lily Piper now, after Aubrey Leach popped up. 2 away, 1 on against Denham. Piper checks the swing, did go around. Might have been a strike anyway.
I like the girl's hair that is a couple of seats down from her. She's got some bubble braids on both sides. That's definitely one thing that stuck out to me. And you always notice that, too, about the softball hair, game day hair.
Piper into right field. This is Carrie Jacobson going back. Oh, my goodness! Caroline Jacobson, what a grab in right! Back-to-back days, highlight reel catches for her.
Yesterday, she proved that she could move toward the line. Today, Caroline Jacobson has proven that she can move more toward the gap. Look at her just fearlessly go after this ball, know that the fence is right there, and she still hangs on to it. Lily Piper just hates it.
Sometimes as girls and as women, we're taught to be humble. But there's a point when that confidence, you need to turn it up.
You wake up, you open your eyes, it is game day.
I did not want to be late.
Racing to the field and getting those butterflies. The sounds, the smells.
We thought we were so tough, putting on eye black.
Acting like you're a stud, even though you're 10 years old.
That one swing that just feels so good.
You're figuring out who you are, and you're doing it together.
Athletes Unlimited Softball on ESPN is sponsored by Aspiration, a global leader in financing climate impact. Oh, the game day fits for everybody. My question is, Danielle Gibson willingly wearing that suit jacket in this heat? That's a questionable choice.
A very warm day today, but everybody has, you know, a very different style that they bring to the field. Mix it up.
I like the AU fit checks they do on social media. 0-0, bottom of the second, 20-inning win points on the line for Team Alexander and Team Nichols. And don't forget, for every run scored during this year's Athletes Unlimited softball season, Aspiration committed to planting 10 trees. I'm ready to see the update after this week, thanks to Aspiration's support. We had an offensive explosion yesterday. It's the second game of the season where we've had double-digit runs scored. Both games had a team put up a 4 spot in the first inning. And Svekis fouls this one away off Kat Sandercock, who gave up a single in the first, but other than that, 3 ground ball outs. It's down low to Svekis.
The infielders have been showing off a lot, I feel like, over the past couple of weeks, but Audie's been stepping it up too. Haley McClenny with that nice grab, Jacobson with one, I think that was yesterday.
I think it was. Skied in the air, Wendell pushed this one in, and you can see a long run, Zirkle staying with it nicely, 1 out.
And that's the thing about this wind, it's blowing in like crazy, which helped give Caroline Jacobson a chance to make this catch in right center field, and just stayed on it, tracked it, kind of looked down to see where she was on the field and how close the fence was to her. And knew she had a chance, played that just perfectly in right field.
She's been impressive. Saw her with the home run this week as well. Showing off a great defensive glove in right field. She is in the hole right now behind Flippin, who's up right now, and Delaney Wiz after her.
Corner's playing back, Flip read that and tried to lay down a bunt. Jessie Warren playing well back behind third base, and Lily Piper was pretty much right out next to the umpire.
Anna Flippin just 16 points out of the top 4 right now. Great spot from Sandercock for strike 2.
Can hear that wind.
It's been more consistent. It's picked up a little bit even here in game 2. Straight in right now.
And Windy City is because of, it's like a political thing, right? Like that's why Chicago was named the Windy City, not because it's actually windy, but yeah, just fun fact. Just dropping knowledge here, Chucky.
Yes,
so Windy
you are.
City, not because of the weather, but proving otherwise this summer for sure.
One, two, inside. Good fight here from Flippin. Entered this series hitting just 125, up to 200 for the season. 3-run home run yesterday. And fouling off that pitch on the outside corner.
Cat will vary her speeds a little bit too. She doesn't throw her changeup a lot, but that one brought down to about 65. She can bring it up to 69, 70. So even that slight speed differential can be tough for a hitter.
Hard hit ground ball out of Warren's glove, and Flippin will make it to first. Jessie Warren can't believe it. It will be an infield single for Flippin. Let's go down to Savannah Collins.
Coming into today's game, this Gold team said, look at this thing we've built. And the thing they've built is a team that's 2-0 so far this weekend, winning 12 out of 14 innings off of this positivity and vibes that so many of them talk about, that Odyssey Alexander instills. So I asked her, how does she do that? She said this about drafting people that are going to respond to her authentic self, who's going to give her energy when she's in the circle, and who she knows are going to buy into being on her team and bringing the good energy inning after inning. And you can see in these dugouts and how they cheer that they've got it going into game 3.
Really do. They've clipped all the way. We've heard that about Odyssey. Big swing here from Wiz. Deep to right, right at the wall. Pian Castelli does make the grab. Flipping back to first base with 2 outs.
It's a hot spot in this game, isn't it? Led off the game with Morgan Zirkle hitting one at that exact same spot. We've had 3 deep fly balls to right center field that the wind has knocked down. That, based off of our Yacker Tech, would go almost 250 feet. That should be out of here by a long bit, but instead it goes down as an out.
Caroline Jacobson. This is ripped into right center and ran down out there by Bubba Nichols. Another good swing from the rookie, but it's taken care of, and more rollover points, similar to game 1. The drama building, 30 going to be on the line here in the 3rd. Top of the third, Team Nichols still looking for their first hit off of Alyssa Denham. 30-inning win points on the line here in this third inning. Everybody loves to rep Athletes Unlimited. You can too. Be sure to check out the new AU softball merch for this season, including personalized player tees. Go to shop.auprosports.com to get yours today. Had a great crowd for game one. A lot of those folks sticking around here for game two despite the heat. 8-9-1, Jordan Roberts, Rachel Becker, then back to the top with Morgan Zirkle, the lone base runner, Jesse Warren, who was hit by a pitch. Denham delivers strike one to Jordan Roberts. This game could be a lot different if not for the wind and for an exceptional play. The Zirkle swing in the first pitch of the game almost went out. And then Caroline Jacobson robbing Lily Piper of extra bases and would have scored Warren. Chopper back to Denham, one out.
Yeah, I think we would have had 3 home runs all to right center field, pretty much the exact same spot. They say diamonds are a pitcher's best friend, but really the wind blowing in is a pitcher's best friend.
What's that? Wait. Diamonds are a pitcher's best friend.
Or, you know, a girl's best friend. But
Okay.
I just change it to pitchers.
Okay. Rachel Becker, check swing for strike one. Out of Oklahoma State, after a great start at Purdue. Denham out of Arizona. Third season for Alyssa Denham. 18th her first year in 2021, second last year. She struggled last year at AUX, got 39th. She was actually an assistant coach and said because of that, she decided to step away, said, I need to focus on me and my playing career. Said she didn't come into AUX as prepared as she would have liked to be. So she decided to put the coaching on hold, and now all softball. Has been playing in Japan since February, returned for this championship season while the Japan Professional League is on break, and then will return to Japan after the conclusion of this season with her catcher Gwen Svekis to finish up that Japanese Pro League, along with a number of other players.
It's a lot of games. Kind of be careful what you wish for there, but she loves every second of it. But starting every game in Japan and then coming here and headed back to Japan after this, a lot of softball for Alyssa Denham in the past few months.
Will be over 150 innings on that arm by the time she returns. Delaney Wiz again, she has been automatic. Her 10th assist of the weekend, has not made an error and has had a hot bat as well. Odyssey Alexander out in the bullpen. We'll see. When will she enter this game? Will she enter this game? The way Alyssa Denham's going right now, you wouldn't think it would be soon, but she's the captain. She calls the shots.
Well, these hitters make adjustments so fast, too. So you've got to be ready at a moment's notice. And right now, it's scoreless game. Every inning right now on pitch is important to try to win these points.
We were talking about pitching motions yesterday. Alyssa Denham's very casual, very calm, collected. No big animated movements in it.
Yeah, she's pretty loose, has those long arms and long legs. Everybody has their own little trademark on their mechanics and on their windup.
Two one, Zirkle fouls straight back.
And she's so tall too, which helps her drop ball, because the taller you are, then of course the higher that you can start that drop ball. Over 6 feet tall, and helps that drop ball come out of her hand. She strides out almost to the end of the circle there. Those long legs.
Listed at 6'1". 2-2. Great spot on the inside corner. Strikeout number 2 for Denham through 3 clean innings, and both of them have been looking. Bottom of the third we go, still 0-0.
Everybody wanna go and talk it. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again.
Back in Rosemont, bottom of the third, 0-0. Just 2 hits for Team Alexander in this one, none for Team Nichols so far. A great pitcher's duel between Alyssa Denham and Kat Sandercock to this point. Sandercock will try and match Denham here in the third with another 0. Special weekend, former Florida State players at Athletes Unlimited. We're talking Jessie Warren, who's at third base for Kat Sandercock right now. Josie Muffley, who we saw in game 1. And then, of course, Kat. We've got Ellie Cooper, who's a facilitator on Kat's team this week. And we have a super special guest in for a chair chat. Lonnie Alameda, the head coach at Florida State. Coach, thank you so much for doing this for us. How special is it for you to see Kat Sandercock and Jessie Warren on a field together? A couple generations of superstars out of your program.
Yeah, for sure. It's awesome. I mean, we've been, chatting the whole time. Kat was so excited to be able to come here, and, a late pickup for Josie, and she's just been loving it. And, of course, Jessie's been here for many years and love it. But, it's also McClenny and Victoria Hayward and KJ, and all these amazing athletes that we compete against at Florida State, So it's just a celebration of amazing athletes. So, yep, super cool.
Okay, Coach. What are we thinking about Sandercock's outing so far? What are you seeing out of her? What looks the same? What looks different?
She's mixing a lot more, and early she threw out the changeup. I saw early on, which is pretty cool. I don't know. It's a different league. In the sense of you're getting looks at pitchers more and more here. So your notebook as a hitter's got to be pretty good because you're seeing everyone a lot. But I also know the strike zone can be a little bit bigger here too. So something that they could take advantage of if they get ahead in the count. So yeah. So she didn't tell me her strategy. So it's kind of fun watching her get after it.
Kat seems like she has such a pitch-by-pitch mentality, and it feels like that's kind of based on the way your program is run and how you talk about focusing on every moment of the game. Do you find that to be true with her? Is that part of why she's had so much success early in her career here?
I think, as a rookie coming in here, not a lot of hitters know about you, so that helps a little bit. That definitely happens quite a bit, on the nubbing, and, still a good pitch. But I think the one thing that separates Kat, and her time is she's just super smart. So she spent a lot of time on video. She understands swings. She understands situations. So it's one thing to know what your pitches do. It's another to know what you're trying to get done on the field. And she's just a really smart pitcher in that sense. So, yeah, a lot of fun to see her grow in her time at Florida State. And it'll be fun to see her grow here, international level, in the pro level.
And we have a really great picture of Kat and Jessie. Jessie giving Kat like the biggest hug in the entire world after her first win. You've probably seen it before, but how do you create that togetherness feel at Florida State that kind of lives on even when the players leave your program?
I think that we as a coaching staff and the program in general we're truly excited about the human growth, the human factor. And so we really get to know the players, I think at a deeper level. And they're pretty comfortable being vulnerable with each other also. And so I think, yes, we want to win at a high level. We want to be super competitive, but we truly want them to grow as people. And so I think when you're able to kind of let those layers come down, you really get to know people and you appreciate each other and, are happy for each other. And so, so I guess, I'd say that, I'm 15 years of it, so I don't know what any other program does, and that's just the way we are. But, like our director of ops is up there sitting with me, like she just loves these kids for growth too, and she loves the game, and she just wanted to come and hang out for the weekend to see them. So, yeah.
What is it about Jessie Warren? We were so happy to see her come back this year after she sat out last summer. What makes her, special? Obviously the glove stands out, the big bat, but what is it that when you break her down, what makes her special?
I mean, she's really good. She's got a sixth sense to the game. I just, she grew up a bit playing baseball, so, there's a little bit of smarts kicked in at an early age for her. She's got great hand-eye coordination. She's super athletic. She came in and she'd hit from the right side, she'd hit from the left side. She's like, I could do this, I could throw left-handed, I could throw right-handed. We're like, all right, Jessie, and very competitive. But I think, in our time there, spending time with T-Will and getting after some, extra smarts of the game and sitting pitches and kind of know what she does, it elevated her a bit. And so, yeah, she's fun to watch, just a vacuum. And, when she came in and we're like, man, you're not going to play shortstop, you're going to play third, and we're going to play short at third kind of thing, and she cried for like 3 days, like, I can't play this position. And now look at her, right? Like, it's awesome. And Sid was the same way, Sid was at second, like, you're going to go take over third. And but it's so fun to see them just, raise their game and get after it.
And Coach, kind of a broader question, because we can't let you go without talking about the college season. Yeah. I mean, school is either about to start or just started for you guys. But anything over the summer that stuck out to you in terms of maybe rule changes or what you're looking forward to in terms of this year coming forward?
I mean, there's so much growth in our sport right now. This summer went by so fast. We start school in a week. And, I think, out watching club ball right now, it's so good. The club teams are so good. Softball's so good at a young age, and it's amazing. I always tell at camps and clinics or whenever around parents, I'm like, gosh, thank you. Like the time you guys are spending right now at young age is giving us as college coaches really good softball players. We still have to grow them as people in the game because, college is just such a growing experience. Oh, look at that, KJ. Nice cat.
Yeah. Double play.
That's so fun. Yeah. So I would just say the game's really good. Athletes are really good. Really excited for the college game to keep growing, and we just want to keep protecting it by making these rule changes that keep growing with the game.
Coach, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you, guys. Good to see you.
Ani Alameda, the head coach of Florida State, and Kat Sandercock, another 0 right on cue. .40 inning win points on the line. Does this sound familiar to you, Amanda?
Yes.
This is just like game one. This is the inning in which Rachel Garcia hit a 2-run home run to break open the game. Well, don't forget, come down to Parkway Bank Sports Complex during Champions Week as we transform our very own Bar 9 into a pop-up of the Sports Bra. The Sports Bra, the first women's sports-themed bar in the country. Enjoy great food and cocktails, all inspired by the first women's sports-themed bar in the country, the famous Sports Bra. Big week 5 coming up, starting Friday with a doubleheader. Danielle Laurie, Eric Collins, Savannah Collins. No relation to my knowledge, maybe distant. 2-3-4 coming up here against Alyssa Denham. It's Kelsey Harshman to lead things off. Struck out looking her first trip to the plate. Denham has been really lights out. The scariest moment, that first pitch of the game to Morgan Zirkle that ended up at the warning track being caught by Aaliyah Andrews. Harshman off the end of the bat, long run here and down in foul territory. 1-2 count.
Yeah, it's almost like that swing to start the game was like a wake-up call for her. It was one pitch, one almost home run, and then it was like, okay, I'm gonna click it in here a little bit more and change things up very quickly early in this game.
One, two. Side to Svekis, who just, they have such a seamless relationship, played so much softball over the last 8 months together. Catchers always seem to be one of those positions that off the board pretty quick. This is hit into left center field, base hit for Harshman. Hard round headed for second, and she's in there. First hit of the game for Team Nichols.
Harshman was thinking 2 all the way, and the fact that Team Alexander even made it close, and Abby Ramirez sticks his tag on her, holds it on her. She just never came off the bag. It looks like maybe they're going to challenge it, but she didn't come off at all, it didn't look like to me.
Let's see if they do decide to do this or not. Odyssey can, talking it over with Gwen Svekis, they will challenge. Could be a big moment though. A lot of points on the line here, and this is the game we had talked about. Bubba Nichols, closest to Odyssey Alexander on the leaderboard, 276 points behind her. Chances are not going to make all that up in one game, but could go a long way if you collect the win points here and then maybe go on to win the game.
I was going to say before Kelsey Harshman's at bat started, I feel like this is a big inning in this game with where Team Nichols is at in their order, 2, 3, 4, with how shut down Team Denham had been, or excuse me, with how shut down Alyssa Denham has been in the circle. We're going to go ahead and keep this ruling the same. That was a quick one, but this is a big inning in this game, and I feel like just for Alyssa Denham's outing in itself with these middle of the lineup now, their second time going up against Denham to see what adjustments they make, and Kelsey Harshman is setting the tone early.
They're always joking around out there, Flippin and Harshman talking to each other at second base. Bubba Nichols at the plate into right field, shallow. Jacobson coming on, makes the catch. And Harshman stays put again. Flippin trying to get her foot off the base.
Seems totally legal to
Yeah.
kick somebody's foot off the bag with the tag on him. Very legal play.
Just pick it up and move it. Just reach down and grab her foot and move it.
I feel like that might be obstruction. I don't know. Maybe.
There's been some rule changes. I don't know if you're all up to date on all of them. 0-1 count now to Erica Piancastelli, the career active leader in home runs for Athletes Unlimited history. Tori Vidalis is second. Just misses outside, ball 1.
It's a good location, but just a little bit off the plate. Good spot, but great call by the home plate umpire.
Hit hard into right field, tailing away from Jacobson, and foul. Ooh. I thought at first look that hit the line.
Too. So close, man. And with the wind, the way that the wind is blowing, that ball just continued to carry away from Jacobson, and that's a great call by the umpire. Wow.
That's one where I feel like you need the tennis like shadow
How do
on
you
the ground.
see that? It's like at the deepest, it's like the furthest spot away from him down the line. How did he see that to make that good call?
That is, wow, that was close. Instead of 1-2, swings through it. Big swing of momentum right there for out number 2.
You could tell that that's where they wanted to go in this at-bat to Erica Piancastelli. Denham was just living on the outside corner, right at the knees, just a little bit off the plate. Drop ball, perfect spot. After a close call by Piancastelli to get that strikeout for the second out is big time.
Jesse Warren, hard hit grounder. Flippin' smothers it, takes care of it. Leadoff double comes to nothing. Alyssa Denham again with a 0. She has been tremendous so far. Third, the throw home, got her!
Enough for Hens to be there.
That's right. We are fans too.
Like Mike, if I could be like Mike.
You want to be like the greats? First, believe you are. Greatness requires drip, not like that, like this. The greats aren't afraid to fail. They're fueled by it. Trophies require greatness, but greatness doesn't require trophies. Because greatness isn't about what you've done, it's about what you do next.
It's important to celebrate athletes for mental health. It's because I feel like mental health is just put on the back burner so much. I myself have struggled with my mental health in the past, and just being able to reach out and get the help that I needed has put me in the best position that I've ever been in.
It's important for us as athletes to, one, advocate for each other, but also advocate for the next generation, advocate for the people in the past who maybe weren't able to get that.
Throughout my life, I've seen just decreasing the stigma around mental health so much, and I think that it's, not at all something to be ashamed of.
It's super important that everyone knows that they have that help that they need, and they're celebrated for speaking up about their issues that they are, going through at the moment.
It's an impact week. Athletes for mental health. Heard from Jesse Warren and Catherine Sandercock right there. So in honor of today's game, the athletes responded to mental health related prompts where they shared their favorite forms of self-care and how they prioritize their own mental health. They had those ways written down on cards that they held up when they were announced in the lineups. So that's been an emphasis this week, one of the many impact weeks from Athletes Unlimited, and an organization that really promotes athlete well-being and athletes being at the forefront of everything.
This happened before the game. Each athlete holding up their favorite form of self-care is something that Athletes Unlimited believes in. It's just that holistic well-being of their athletes, staff, fans, and just trying to make sure that everybody feels like they can show up as their best self.
We have seen the best of Kat Sandercock and Alyssa Denham today. 7 zeros through 3.5 innings. This was the moment in the first game where things got a little interesting. Deja Mulipola out in front of that pitch. She just put that into the game they have down there for fans to play where they can hit off the tee and try to earn points. She put it right into that cage. Got her looking inside corner. Perfect spot from Sandercock. Her second strikeout.
Living on the edge. That is a fastball inside. Of course, her fastball still has over-the-top rotation, but it's right there, belt high. And I mean, that wasn't even off the plate. That actually got about a fourth of the ball on the plate when we look at our Yakkertech system. Good location, and wow, really see her strikeout looking all too often.
Danielle Gibson doing everything she can to go down that right field line. She had a foul ball in her first at bat just down the line, so Piper moved over and squeezed it, and she hit it right to Piper about 3 feet off the baseline.
Yeah, I think Piper is telling the first base umpire, Cameron Ellison, like, hey, I got your back. I'm going to stop this so it doesn't hit you.
0-1, oh my gosh.
You can see how they're trying to throw Danielle Gibson, which in her half is really her strength. If you go inside to Danielle Gibson, you have to go hard in. That's where they've thrown her, and they've had a very clear game plan with each of these hitters. Both pitchers have today, how they want to attack them.
See where she goes with the 0-2. The infield completely shifted. That's outside.
Yeah, we have 3 infielders. 1, 2, 3, and then you have the umpire there too. So it's a really clogged up right side, but Jessie Warren basically playing shortstop, which is where Coach Alameda told us that's where she wanted to play anyway.
Gibson down the right field line, and gone! Danielle Gibson continues her hot hitting at the plate over the last few weeks. That is an 80-point swing for Gibson with the home run, the inning win points.
She had been rolling over that drop ball with where Kat Sandercock was trying to throw her time and time again. They go right back to that spot, and it's just not down enough. It stays more flat than the other ones. Would have liked to have seen that thrown more on her back foot. Instead it stays about knee high, and she makes an adjustment within that at bat with 2 strikes to hit that home run. Gosh, that went a long way. 264 feet, 80 miles an hour off the bat. Danielle Gibson with the NAB adjustment and clearly beats the shift.
3rd home run of the season, league best 12th RBI. Very next pitch, they get Svekis to ground out to shortstop for out number 2.
That could be, with how this game is being played, the swing that wins it. A lot of zeros put on the scoreboard.
Well, and Danielle Gibson, at the conclusion of this inning, will be our new 2nd place performer on the leaderboard. Ground ball foul down the left field line.
She'd be a first-time captain, right?
First time in the championship season.
Yep.
She had it in her 2nd week as a pro at AUX last summer. But first time in the championship season, which is, it is different. Oh-1 to Flippin. Slow roller, Rachel Becker, and that'll do it for the inning. But the big swing from Danielle Gibson puts a run on the board and 40 points in the pocket of everybody on Team Alexander. fifth inning. Danielle Gibson, the big swing to put Team Alexander out front. And Odyssey Alexander thanking her for that. More win points for her. What's new for Odyssey, who now enters for Alyssa Denham, who was rolling through 4 innings, but Odyssey coming in right now. 3-inning save situation for her, a 1.69 ERA, 2-0, 30 strikeouts in 29 innings pitched, and a 178 opponent average.
And number 1 in the leaderboard, everybody chasing her, and honestly, just happy to see her back out pitching after what looked like an injury in yesterday's game. Whenever she was covering home, had to come out of the game, and just happy to see her warming up in the bullpen and then enter this game.
Aubrey Leach will lead things off against her, swings and fouls it straight back. Aubrey popped out to first base her first time up. 36 on the leaderboard after a second place finish at AUX. She was 12th in the championship season last year, 17th in 2020.
Well, and I love, Chucky, sorry not to talk about Aubrey, but the way that Odyssey and Alyssa complement each other, to me, are the best pairing. Alyssa, about 64, 65, more down in the zone, and then you bring in the speed of 69, 70 with Odyssey Alexander, and I feel like this is why, between these two, why they've not given up hardly any runs and just, I think, 12 hits in 2.5 games. A really great pairing together with each other.
The main problem for Odyssey will be that if they win this game, this team's going to get torn apart. Because she's going to have 3 of her teammates most likely in the top 4. Alyssa Denham, Danielle Gibson, and Hannah Flippen are going to be right behind her on the leaderboard. All 3 of them were on her team last week and then again this week. We talked about her creating that chemistry and that atmosphere on her team that has led to wins, but that's 3 of the 5 that you've had both weeks. Alyssa Denham wants Gwen Svekis because that's her catcher if she's drafting. So there's a 4th. And then I think Aaliyah Andrews has to be a hot commodity right now as Leach goes down on strikes.
I mean, she's been so good, and that's why it's just been fun to watch Odyssey Alexander compete. She is electric in the circle when she is on. She's one of the most fun players to watch compete in the circle.
66 innings won this season out of 81 possible. That is outrageous. 10-game win streak, trying to make it 11. No one has won more than Odyssey this season.
Which they tell us time and time again, and we know from following this sport that individual points, stat points matter for sure, but ultimately winning matters most. You can have a great individual performance throughout weekend to weekend, game to game, but if your team is not winning innings and winning games, then you're not going to be on top of the leaderboard.
Rachel Garcia, perfect display of that. She was first in stat points at the beginning of today. She was in 18th overall on the leaderboard. She did make a big climb today because her team got the win. She got MVP 1, so she's all the way up to 7th. Rachel is by far and away leading in stat points.
And Odyssey is just coming right at these hitters, working from ahead, looking pretty comfortable again. Just so happy to see that after what looked like an apparent injury that pulled her out of the game, that she's back out here today and being really aggressive with her bottom half, with her push.
Can anybody catch Odyssey Alexander? Maybe going to be 3 teammates chasing her, the closest, and then, man, Rachel Garcia, you just never know, because she is capable of putting up massive point totals. Piper into left center field. This is hit well. Long run for Gibson, and there's 2 outs. Two outs here in the top of the 5th. Let's take a look at Odyssey's point breakdown. You see the game's 110, over 1,000, 1,100, over 1,100 total win points. Has gotten some good MVP nods as well because of some performances in the circle. That is down low, ball one here to Jordan Roberts. Seen Odyssey touching 70 pretty consistently. That last pitch in at 69 miles per hour. Takes a little off there and misses outside. Roberts, that is an unusual looking swing, and Odyssey just tags her. That was spinning like crazy on the turf. Odyssey Alexander in relief for Alyssa Denham. 1, 2, 3. One nothing. Team Alexander on top. 40 inning win points collected. 10 more on the line here. Just 5 total hits in this game. 4 of them belong to Team Alexander. Kind of been an unlucky week for Kat Sandercock. The 4 runs given up in the first the other day. Only 1 was earned. And then today just can't get the run support right now. Join the Unlimited Club as a UC Gold member. You'll receive a softball gold box, including an exclusive jersey, a Cat Osterman bobblehead, and more. Limited quantities available, so go for gold today at auprosports.com/membership.
You had me at Cat Osterman bobblehead.
I know.
The minute you said that, I'm in.
I need to see one of these. We need to get one of those in the booth next week. Eric Collins and Danielle Laurie to put on display. This cat's been pretty good this season as well. Rookie out of Florida State. We talked to Ellie Cooper a couple weeks ago and about Kat coming to play for Athletes Unlimited. It's such a unique situation, the way things are done, the leaderboard, changing teams all the time. And Ellie said, you know, she knew it was going to be a challenge for her, but she wanted to challenge herself and put herself in a unique set of circumstances. And I think she's thrived, and it helps having people like Ellie Cooper here and Jessie Warren, Josie Muffley, people that you're familiar with and comfortable with. Kat Sandercock has looked comfortable.
Yeah, if you're willing to learn and grow and hear different ways and be open to, I mean, this is a place for you as AU.
Just the 50th pitch coming for her. It is a ball to Delaney Wiz to start off the 5th inning. Can't say enough about Delaney's performance this weekend, hitting .500, couple homers, 4 RBIs, a double, and tremendous defensively, has been perfect so far. Another pitch close, and there's a 2-0 count. There's Delaney Wiz this week. 0 for 1 today, dropping that batting average to .500. Pops this one up. Warren over, makes the catch, 1 out.
It's a big out considering the way that Delaney is swinging the bat. And her first AB, too, was hit well. Actually, should have been a home run if not for the wind.
7-8-9, this is Caroline Jacobson. A little bit unlucky at times this weekend with some hard hit balls finding gloves. including her first at bat, which was a line out to center field. Hit high and deep to left field. Back goes Zirkle, and it is foul. Are amid the action with Sydney Littlejohn-Watkins, who's in the dugout right now for Team Nichols. Hello, Sydney. Thank you for joining us. Give us your opinion, what we've seen from Kat Sandercock so far. The one pitch is really the only thing that has been the issue against Danielle Gibson, but what have you seen from her that she's done so well?
Yeah, you know, she's came in and she has just really made an impact here. I mean, she's got a lot of dirty pitches. It's been really fun watching her this week and getting to work with her in the bullpen. And yeah, I mean, the only difference in this game is one pitch, and I didn't even really get to see it. But against a hitter like Danielle Gibson, who's super hot right now, I mean, you can't. It may have been a great pitcher's pitch, and she just took advantage of it, you know?
That was a great pitch to get Jacobson looking for out number 2.
Pulling the string there a couple of times, Sid. Hey, what's the vibe like right now inside the dugout with you guys down by 1 run late in this game?
Well, you know, I actually just got back in here. I've been in the bullpen, but one thing I really love about this team is we are really scrappy, and especially our captain, Bubba. I mean, she wants us to be weird. She wants us to just fight. Like, anyone can make a difference in this game. I mean, anybody can be a hero. So the fact that it's only 1 run, you know, we're like, hey, we're still in this, and we still have a chance to win.
We've seen your glasses that you've been sporting. I don't know where they went right now, but do you fit in with the weird portion that Bubba Nichols is asking for? Does that work for you?
I think I drive that bus, Chucky.
Popped up. It was a quick chat with you, Sydney, but thank you so much for letting us talk to you.
Yes, thank y'all so much.
Sydney Littlejohn-Watkins mic'd up for us today. Her team, quick 1-2-3 inning there for Kat Sandercock. Athletes Unlimited Softball on ESPN is sponsored by Aspiration, a global leader in financing climate impact. Yesterday's winners, Team Davidson and Team Alexander. Odyssey Alexander looking to improve to 6-0 as a captain. We saw Nadia Taylor, the veteran, go deep. There's Odyssey Alexander. I think that is her crowning herself. One more week, and maybe a week from today, she will be wearing the crown. No repeat champions yet in Athletes Unlimited Softball. Taylor Moreno in lacrosse was the first one. That was last week. Lacrosse finishing up their season. So far, Deja Mulipola, Alicia Ocasio, the 2 remaining that could. And Rachel Garcia, who is an AUX champion, could as well. At the moment, I believe Rachel is the most likely with regards to the leaderboard, but still a long way to go. She's in 7th. And Odyssey Alexander has a 290-point lead on Danielle Gibson. But we know what some of these players can do. 250-ish big-time point totals are certainly possible as Odyssey misses upstairs. Ball one. Rachel Becker leading things off, staying alive with that swing. Becker, one of 14 players drafted this season, a second-team All-American this year. If you are chasing Odyssey Alexander on the leaderboard and you're not on her team, you are hoping that Becker can get something going here. Outside ball two.
It's a big part of what's made Odyssey so effective too, is her off-speed pitches working really well this season, and being able to throw it for a strike like that, just miss that pitch, maybe a little bit off the plate.
Another foul ball, great battle here to lead off the sixth. We've got our star in the stands, Haley Wagner, back with us. I know you've been busy down there. Hello, everybody. I know you've been busy down there, but how about this pitching matchup? What are we witnessing right now?
Oh, it's a good one. I love a good pitcher's duel, whether I am pitching on the mound or watching two amazing athletes play. So it's a good one. I really like it.
And Haley, you've seen Odyssey pitch, a good bit now. What are you noticing out of her this season up to this point in comparison maybe to the past?
I think she's made a lot of adjustments from last season to this season, and she just has this fire underneath her ready to go, and she wants the ball in her hand. It's so much fun watching her improve every single day. I was on a team with her earlier this season, and we threw a bullpen next to each other, and just having her talk about certain pitches and talk about certain things that she was working with Gwen at the time, it's really awesome to see all that hard work come into play here.
Gets Becker looking for the first out here in the sixth.
When you say adjustments, Haley, I'm curious, are there any that stick out to you when you said that you feel like she's made some adjustments?
Yeah, I think it's just like more pitch sequences for her and making sure that she hits her spots correctly. We had a batter stand in, and she was working on the up and in and working on that tunneling.
On the other side, a rookie in Kat Sandercock who's had a lot of success already. What is your advice, somebody who's played a lot of professional softball, to a rookie when they come and ask you for anything?
My biggest thing is they're here for a reason. Like, they are drafted, they were signed here for a reason, and they just need to be exactly who they were in college and make adjustments on the way. We love this environment that we have here, and these are some of the best athletes in the entire world, and I just want all the rookies to understand that they're here for that reason.
Haley, what will life be like when the season is done? Somehow next weekend is the last weekend. What are you doing after that?
It flew by. Hey girl, put your hand down. Season has flown by. I will head back up to Traverse City, Michigan, and in this past off season, I got a job at the hospital which is also my cause, Munson Healthcare Foundations, and in the Children's Educational Services. So I will go back to that job and work with little kids from 3 months old to 4.5, 5-year-olds, and I help mentor them and help them go through their every single day lives to make the hospital employees' lives easier and take care of their kids.
That is incredible, Haley. Congratulations.
Thank you. I also do lessons as well a couple times a week. So
okay, so you stay involved in the softball for
always, and training, the normal things. But very thankful for my job in Munson for letting me leave all summer to come play here and to work with AU and for them to be my cause this year.
Yeah, very cool. I have to ask you before we let you go, Michigan seems like they've been really supportive of their pro athletes over the years on social media, whatever it might be. And I know Amanda Chittister up there now as an assistant coach. How special has that been to see that support from Michigan?
It's so great. Our alumni and our coaches, we are such a close, tight-knit family no matter what generation you're from. And it's just so great knowing that. I have alumni from one of the very first teams at Michigan tweeting at us all the time. We have alumni weekend in September coming up, so I'm really excited to see all the generations come together and just love on Michigan even more.
Awesome, Haley. Thank you so much. Your job is done for the night.
Thank you so much, guys.
Haley Wagner, our star in the stands. One of her Michigan teammates out at second base right now in Abby Ramirez. Saw Sierra Romero in game one tonight. Tell you what, Star in the stands, I think they enjoy it, but it's a long day. Ground ball back up the middle. Here is Abby Ramirez. Couldn't get out of her hand. A great stop, though, by her up the middle. Infield single for Harshman. She's got 2 base hits today.
Odyssey was really close to grabbing that on her own. She is such an athletic pitcher because she puts herself in a good position to field the ball, but when she lets go of the pitch, she kind of leans more toward third base. That ball was hit more toward the first base side, and so it's able to sneak past her. Ramirez can get to it, but can't complete that throw. Good effort by Abby.
Still 2 outs, but Bubba Nichols, and she has been clutch. 2 walk-off hits this season for Bubba. 1 coming on day 1 of this series.
Like a lot riding on this at bat. Bubba Nichols just 1 swing away from turning this game completely on its side.
0 for 2 today. This would be a huge swing, would have a huge impact on this game, on this leaderboard right now.
She already walked it off on Friday night. This is her 2nd walk-off of the season, off of her old teammate, Rachel Garcia. Loved the celebration. She's gotten to do that a couple of times, but helped her move to stay at the top of the leaderboard.
Throw down to first, not in time. Watches strike 1. If Bubba Nichols wants to draft her team, this is her first time as a captain in her career. If she wants to draft a team next week, they need to win this game. Denham and Flippin waiting to jump her on the leaderboard. Not far off right now. The win points alone would do it. Bubba into right field to keep the inning going. Harshman headed for third. They're in business with 2 outs. This has been a 2-out hitting team all weekend long.
Sydney Littlejohn told us this team is scrappy, and we're seeing them put some things together. Not a bad pitch location, but Bubba Nichols is able to stay on that outside pitch, drive it the other way. Of course, Harshman with 2 outs is going to be running on the contact.
Another chat for this infield real quick. 1st and 3rd with 2 away. Tying run at third base. Erica Piancastelli has only homered once this season. She's got power. She is a run producer. Best finish came back in 2020 when she finished 4th. She is currently 23rd. That's a part of the leaderboard, though, that you can move a lot in a hurry. Big cut there, foul ball.
She's been really good with runners in scoring position, to one of the higher batting average with RISP, 4 for 10. The most amount of hits with runners in scoring position so far this season would be Bubba Nichols. 5 hits with runners in scoring position. 2nd most is 4.
Not a bad one to have in your lineup right behind you if you're Bubba Nichols as the captain. Especially behind Zirkle and Harshman, who have been on base like crazy. One lifted up. Wynn's gonna push this, but Gibson is there. Still coming in and makes the catch for out number 3. Odyssey Alexander strands a couple more. We got rollover points on the line as this game moves on.
A lot of times as girls and as women, we're taught to be humble. But there's a point when that confidence, you need to turn it up.
You wake up, you open your eyes, it is game day.
I did not want to be late.
Racing to the field and getting those butterflies. The sounds, the smells.
We thought we were so tough, putting on eye black.
Acting like you're a stud, even though you're 10 years old.
That 1 swing that just feels so good.
You're figuring out who you are, and you're doing it together.
Everybody wanna go and talk it. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again. Whenever we get it, there's no hesitation.
Little pitcher's duel that we have had in this game. It's been a tight one, and right now Danielle Gibson, her home run is the difference in this game. Made an in-at-bat adjustment, fouled off several inside drop balls down the line, rolled over them, and then with 2 strikes, hit that towering fly ball that went out of the park at 260 feet.
Yeah, for Danielle Gibson, she is in second place. For every run scored during this year's Athletes Unlimited softball season, Aspiration committed to planting 10 trees. Just 10 in this game so far, thanks to Danielle Gibson. 302 points behind Odyssey Alexander in first place. And now the top of the order, Aaliyah Andrews, who is currently in 9th place, stepping to the plate against Kat Sandercock, back out there for inning number 6. And why not? Look at those pitches by inning. 12, 13, 13, 11, 9.
That's so efficient. 60 pitches just about through 5 innings. You're feeling good at about 12 to 15 an inning, and she is under that. No walks, 3 strikeouts, just giving it 4 hits, and that 1 earned run is that 1 swing by Danielle Gibson.
You talked earlier today about pitchers sometimes in this league with the hitters and knowing what they're capable of. You can be too careful. Kat Sandercock, really, you just get the sense that's never going to happen with her. She trusts her stuff so much.
I was going to say, she doesn't second guess her command. She knows whether it's a college game or here exactly where she wants to put these pitches.
Deep over Nichols. That goes off the wall for Andrews, and she cruises into second base with a stand-up double.
And it'll be 3rd time through the order now for Team Alexander, and this might be a sign. Hey, what's the game? That pitch is just a miss. You saw Jordan Roberts set up on the outside corner, and that pitch was just up and down the middle of the plate. And Aaliyah Andrews has a little bit of pop. She can use her short game, but also go to her power slap. Sees that mistake up in the zone, and it's a double.
Well, 20 points for her, pulls her within 10 of the 8th spot on the leaderboard. Back to Sandercock. I think that hit her in the hand. Ooh, and now Aaliyah Andrews in a rundown. Flip back. They are going to get Aaliyah. Stuart Hunter into second. And ooh, man, hopefully Kat Sandercock's all right. Got her right in the right hand.
Another pitch right down the heart of the plate, and she tried to get her glove up to block it, but it's almost like it hit both her glove and her hand, but I think her hand first before she got her glove up. It was her hand that caused the ricochet and then off of her body. Team Nichols coming away with an out, though, on this play. To be able to get Aaliyah Andrews' speed off the base pass is a big deal. See, she got cut kind of in between. She saw third base open. It took a couple of steps that way, but Team Nichols defense able to regroup.
So that'll do it for Kat Sandercock. We'll keep a close eye on her this week. Hopefully everything okay. We do have Sydney Littlejohn Watkins entering this game in her 2nd season out of Alabama. We have her mic'd up right now and excited to listen in as she gets ready to enter this game.
What? What do you want to do here? Plan. Deja. Stay away. Stay away. Yeah. Okay. Drop out. Yeah. Curve out. You can make I don't want any off speed. Okay. Just so we don't leave it elevated.
One out
And if we go in, I'll
with
get it real,
Kelsey Stewart Hunter on second base, and everybody coming together on the infield. And Stewart, Sydney Littlejohn Watkins getting set to start here with the runner on second base, and we will just listen in.
All right, here we go, D. Here we go, 1.
Deja Mulipola leading off against Littlejohn Watkins. Starts her off 0-1.
Feed the D, feed the D.
She said feed the D, I think is what she just said.
Man, that's a good pitch.
All right, here we go, D, here we go. Inhale, confidence. Exhale.
Gets away
All right,
a
here we
little
go,
bit
here we go.
outside. 1-2 count. Sydney Littlejohn Watkins in the circle, mic'd up right now.
It's a great pitch. And her hands. How many times has Sydney been in relief?
All right, here we go, D, here we go.
A tie game or a one-run game. I feel like it's just on repeat for her.
1, 2. Oops.
That's fouled down the right field line. She is golden.
Nice catch. All right, here we go.
She said her captain, Bubba Nichols, said she wants him to be weird. We asked her, you fit that? She said, I think I drive that bus. 1-2, ooh, got Deja Mulipola. Still one out.
You good, Joe?
Not a lot of damage done there other than the fact that you have
All right,
Danielle
here we go,
Gibson
D.
with 2 on.
Okay. Okay.
Runner for Deja, who
Right,
saw
you were right. And you'll
she
be at 2?
runs off. Sydney McKinney at first. A lot of speed at first base. McKinney played at Wichita State. Kelsey Stewart-Hunter on second base from Wichita, Kansas, but recently named an assistant coach at Ohio State. See Littlejohn Watkins saying, just need a ground ball. One and 0. Might not be a scarier hitter to face right now than Danielle Gibson.
No. And not put into an easy situation at all, and that is a strike and could be a huge difference maker in this at bat. Maybe go from what should be a 1-1 count to a 2-0 count.
I think one of her infielders said, nice pitch. She said, thank you.
All right, here we go, here we go.
And now 3-0. That was a tough one. Gwen Svek is on deck. Gibson takes strike 1.
See that crazy curveball that she throws pretty much on repeat on both sides of the plate.
Ball 4.
All right, here we go.
Bases now loaded in the 6th. 1-0 Team Alexander with the bases loaded. Just 1 out here. Gwen Svek is coming to the plate. Hannah Flippin on deck. And Delaney Wiz after that. A very dangerous part of the order, even though Gwen Svek is 0 for 2.
Yeah, really you're just 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning with the bases loaded. Not been an easy way for her to start this outing with the hit by pitch and then the walk, but you find yourself with the bases loaded and a good defense back behind you. You're 1 pitch away from turning a double play and getting out of the inning.
Svekis, a fly out to left and a ground out to short. They could use a ground ball right now. We heard Sydney Littlejohn Watkins a moment ago live saying, just need a ground ball, just need a ground ball. First pitch catches the top of the zone for strike one to Svekis. Went all the way up to 14th on the leaderboard. It's down low and away. Gwen has been so consistent over the years. Always in the top 15 of championship seasons. Always in the top 14, I should say, of championship seasons. 1-1. Off the handle. And Piper coming home. Oh, safe at the plate. Stuart Hunter coming across. And is this going to be a review?
Yeah, it has to be. I thought she was out live. Have to challenge this right now. What a play by Lily Piper. It just goes in no man's land. Man, so close. I don't
think the foot's on the plate originally. Or is it? Maybe right there?
I think by the time that Jordan Roberts secures it, her foot is there. So this is one of those ones that I don't think is going to get overturned, but that's about as close as it gets. And man, that would have been a big out.
That's a good look and a great job by Stuart Hunter to keep that foot down. Waiting for the ruling here from our home plate umpire, Don Brown.
Thank you.
Safe at the plate. Very close call there. Gwen Svekis on first, and that will be ruled an RBI single for Gwen on the infield. And this is a 2-run game now. And that's more inning win points for Team Alexander. 20 more, so now they have all 60 that were available, and Odyssey Alexander is loving every second of this weekend.
Such bad luck, too. That was such a good pitch by Sydney Littlejohn to try to help her defense get out of this inning, and had that force out at home, just a slow developing play. Kelsey Stuart Hunter, good hustle to get in.
Fouled off into the stands there for strike one. Flippin, not somebody you want to see right now after she came into the week struggling, but starting to find her bat. Has a base hit today. Team Nichols will get one more chance in the top of the 7th. Great pitch. And that thing moves.
It does, like crazy, but I kind of feel like if Hannah Flippin gets an extra base hit here, could slide in the top 4 in the leaderboard. It feels like it's all dependent on this at bat right here for her.
This is hit well to left field, and it is gone! A grand slam for Hannah Flippin! Right on cue. She is into the top 4.
I don't know if she knew that, but this grand slam basically just seals the deal as captain for Hannah Flippin. Had a really good swing earlier in her AB, just missed it, but gets her barrel on plane with that pitch more up in the zone, pulls it to the left side, 77 miles an hour off of her bat. That one went 260 feet. Whew, what an inning for Team Alexander.
Look at the top 5 right now. All gold except Bubba Nichols. And you're going to have win points coming their way at the end of this inning worth 20. So Flippin will jump Nichols, and Denham will be 10 points behind her. Potential more win points at the end of this game, plus maybe MVP points for Denham. In comes Georgina Corrick, second season out of South Florida. Got the chance to talk to her in the stands yesterday, and right now Amanda just looking for 2 quick outs.
That's what she needs. And remember, this is a pitcher's duel 5 batters ago. It was 1-0. All of a sudden, it's gotten broken open, and Corrick's job right now is just to get 2 quick outs.
Let's go down to Savannah Collins with Hannah Flippen.
Thanks, Chucky. Okay, Amanda and Chucky were wondering, did you know right after you hit it?
I knew right when I hit it. It was just a matter of whether it was going to be fair or foul.
You were able to build off of such a successful day yesterday. What do you feel like things that you were able to carry over today?
Just trying to focus and stay locked in the box and not do anything outside of myself. Just keep it simple and play the game of softball.
This team looks like they just continuously have momentum, never feel the pressure of a game. What is that? How do you keep that calm, cool composure as a group throughout a game?
Yeah, it's our pitching. Our pitching's been phenomenal all weekend, and I think that's what keeps everybody so composed. They just keep putting up zeros, and they have the trust and the confidence that the offense is going to put a run up there, and we've continued to do that.
Thanks, Flip. Appreciate it. Woo, go, go.
That pitching, Denham, Alexander have been lights out. Saw Alicia Ocasio briefly yesterday. Brooke Yanez, their 4th arm. They have been tremendous.
I mean, just 14 hits in 3 games given up by them, and 3 runs given up, and that was 3 runs all in the same game.
You said it not long ago, a pitcher's duel. Kat Sandercock went 5 1/3. Ends up with a final line of 6 hits, 2 earned runs allowed, and 3 strikeouts, and really just hoping she is okay after taking that line drive off of her right hand. That just misses for Corrick, and it's a full count to the first batter. She faces Delaney Wiz. There is Kat Sandercock. Great performance, and to do it in front of your college coach, who certainly their relationship very special. This is hit back at Corrick hard. Oh, and she launches it almost into the dugout. And Wiz is out, they're saying.
Yeah, and it's
They're saying she turned, yeah.
Yeah, she took a couple of steps towards second base, and she's going to throw her hands up, and it's like Shannon Rhodes kind of nodding her head like, yeah, you did, unfortunately, because as a base runner, you see that ball get behind first base, your instinct is just to take a couple of steps toward first base, but Wright kind of slipped, but still I think that's what they're calling a motion towards second base, because if she wouldn't have slipped, it...
And you agree?
I need to go on the rule book and fine-tooth comb it, what constitutes a motion towards second base, but
you're right, no slip. She, maybe takes a step or something and then runs back to first, but
and maybe it just looks like the intention of going that way is also what would be in there, but important second out for Team Nichols.
I was gonna say, we know they will take it. Just trying to get out of this inning. Corrick takes something off right there for strike 1 to Caroline Jacobson.
Not quite sure what to write that one down as in my scorebook. A single.
I put an out number 2.
Yeah, out number 2. I knew it was a hit. Just where to go after that.
0-2, swing and a miss. So Corrick comes in, quickly gets the 2 outs. Hannah Flippen, her bat is coming alive.
Grand slamming her way into a captain spot in the final weekend. Hannah Flippen with a grand slam over the left field wall. Team Alexander up big.
Nobody at one. No! No, your foot was on there because she kicked it off. Okay. I for sure thought she was out.
You're rushing yourself just a little bit.
Yeah. Are you talking about through my motion or in between?
Like, through your motion.
Okay. She's safe, then I'm going to be surprised because I really thought. No. All right, all right. Let's work.
It's a big out. I mean, you talked about it. She's been put into tough positions and then some tough breaks.
Every time she goes out there, it feels like she has a bit of bad luck. Made a good pitch, didn't get the call that went her way necessarily, but just a close call at home that really changed the entire inning with that 5-run bottom of the 6th inning for Team Alexander.
And this league, it can snowball quickly. First pitch from Odyssey Alexander in for strike 1 to Jessie Warren, trying to cap off a 3-inning relief appearance here after Alyssa Denham was phenomenal through 4. Warren goes up and gets it, hits it a mile, but foul.
Yeah, Jessie Warren looks mad at the plate. Just very intense, wanting to go up and hit a ball like that, except do it fair. Hit it a mile.
If Odyssey puts up a 0 in this inning, she will be 6-0 as a captain in the last 2 weeks. This week, out of a possible 360 win points, she will have taken 340 of them. Or, well, her and her team will have. And she will be 11-1 on the season.
Yeah, it's really amazing, her journey, and I'm sure it'll be talked about next weekend too, but coming from a mid-major at James Madison, making it to the Women's College World Series, and not just making it there, but taking down the #1 overall team in Oklahoma and winning a couple of games there. I mean, you think about just her career and everything that she's accomplished at every stop that she's gone at. It's the type of thing that gives you goosebumps, and for her to be in this position now at the top of the leaderboard with a really high chance to win it all is special.
And in no man's land, Jacobson coming on and making another grab for her captain out in right field. There it is, Odyssey, Gibson flipping, Bubba Nichols hanging on, but once the win points are calculated after this game, barring a 6-run comeback, Alyssa Denham will be in 4th place, and you will have 4 members of Odyssey Alexander's team who were with her last week, all drafting their own teams in the final week of the season. You talked about it, she made her way to the Women's College World Series, and that's when the folks at James Madison knew. That's when the nation found out about Odyssey Alexander. And we are seeing that superstar reemerge this season. It has been fun to watch.
And trying to be the first softball player from a mid-major to win it, NAU, which is a huge deal. You hear a lot from these mid-major players that they're constantly doubted and not looked at the same as coming from a Power 5 school. And for her to do what she's done at a mid-major and then professionally and to be at the top of the leaderboard is really special.
There have been some great players to come out of James Madison too. Jalen Ford, one that comes to mind as well. Another dual threat, hitter and pitcher. Oh, look at that pitch.
It's so good.
3rd strikeout for Odyssey, just freezing Aubrey Leach right there for out number 2.
That's why she's in the position that she's in with the way that she's pitched, and she's changed speeds, gone right at these hitters. And come on now, the way that her team has pitched this weekend, only giving up 3 runs and only giving up 14 hits and almost 21 innings of work.
All smiles for her. Talking to Kelsey Stewart-Hunter, we have a pinch hitter now, DJ Sanders. She's finished her first season as an assistant coach at Memphis. Stephanie Van Brakel pro throw. 10 inning win points on the line. All that would take is 1 run, but a long way to go with 2 outs if they want the whole thing. Strike 1 from Odyssey, who has got it in cruise control right now. Outside, ball 1. Swings through that again.
Come on. Off-speed curveball. Pitcher's added, and I feel like a newer pitch for her, at least newer that she's throwing with such great command.
1-2, just outside.
Oh, I thought that was going to be a called strike. Those back-to-back off-speed curveballs. Just a little bit off the plate.
She gets this out here. The lead over Danielle Gibson before MVP points are calculated will be 306. 2-2, ground ball foul. '50th pitch coming for Odyssey in her 3rd inning of work. MVP's going to be tough. Got her swinging, and that'll do it. Odyssey Alexander caps off a 2nd consecutive perfect week as a captain. 6-0 the last 2 weeks. Out of 720 possible win points, she has 680 as a captain.
What a weekend for her. What a season for her, putting herself in the top position and in position to win this whole thing going into next weekend.
This is before the MVP voting. Odyssey, Danielle, Hannah, and Alyssa are 4 captains for week 5. Now, the order could change. I don't know that it will. I mean, all 4 of them could make a case for MVP points.
I know. I don't know how you're going to vote and how they're going to vote and pick. It's going to be hard.
Gibson had the solo home run, but it was worth so many points for the whole team. Flippin had the grand slam to put it out of reach. Alyssa Denham, 4 innings, though, to set the tone in a pitcher's duel?
I guess you go with Gibson, Flippin, and Denham. But, I mean, Odyssey Alexander was pretty much perfect in relief, so.
We'll see. But Odyssey Alexander had 5 players on her team both weeks. 3 of them are drafting their own team now. Let's go down to Savannah with Odyssey.
Odyssey closing out this game. It seems like every outing you're getting better and better. What is it that has been working for you progressing throughout the season?
Honestly, just my mental and just feeling free on the field. This game doesn't define me, who I am as a person. So honestly, just having my team behind me, drafting people who I know have my back just as well as I have theirs. It's good vibes and good energy, honestly.
What is it when you're in these huddles and you're at practice and leading these teams that you are saying to them that's getting these results on the scoreboard and the leaderboard?
Honestly, just allowing them to play free and be them and be the best team on the field. Obviously, I know all of them are really good at this sport and what they do. So honestly, just giving them that space to feel free and just go out there and do what they do.
You're going to have one last team to lead next week, but what will you remember about this one?
The vibes and the energy. It was unmatched, and it was so much fun, and I'm glad I had the opportunity to play with them. So.
Thank you, Odyssey. Appreciate it. Chucky, back to you.
Yeah, I think she's enjoying herself just a little bit. That will do it for week number 4. 1 week to go. Odyssey Alexander sits atop the leaderboard. Will she be the next Athletes Unlimited champion? We'll find out starting Friday for the final series of the season. For Amanda Scarborough, Savannah Collins, Casey Carter, Scott Hecht, I'm Chucky Kemp. So long, everybody.